What's up, guys? Welcome back to the first match reaction of 2023. It's a win. It's a win. But we will get into that. Before we get into it, please like the video, as always. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification because, excuse me, my voice. We are coming back with the usual content, so stay tuned for that. But we get our win. Cremonese 0, Juve 1. I have no idea how we did. If we are completely honest, we were terrible. We were unwatchable. I'm gonna say for a total of 80 minutes in that game, we were actually unwatchable. We had again no ideas on the ball. It was very predictable what we were trying to do. We were not making Cremonese's life very hard, especially the goalkeeper. He had absolutely nothing. He had saves, but he hadn't amazing saves. Besides that keen one from point blank, and even that was straight at him. It wasn't saves where you're like, oh my god, what a worldie. Maybe that's really one in the first half. The first one that was kind of difficult, but all the rest was just straight at him. There was no pressure really on Cremonese. We looked very shaky in moments of the game, and it's nothing new. So I don't think anyone is shocked about it because we talked about it many times. I did that video, like the 3 key points, and maybe that was laughable when you saw the points. I said, be solid. We were not solid. We looked very shaky. It started off in the first minute. We looked very shaky. They hit the post twice, but even that last one was a mistake. The Sule one that got called back for offside, like those were mistakes. Also, I said play mistake free. Nothing. We looked shaky. We looked mistake prone, to be honest. And I said go for it. We didn't go for it. Absolutely not. Which is still shocking because this is a winless Cremonese team. They are terrible. Like they are a terrible football team, but we made them look pretty decent. Whilst being for ourselves very average. That first half was just bad, man. It was like, especially the first half, like the better moments were in that second half. The first half was poor. I thought Sule had a good spell, then it kind of disappeared. Not really his fault. I think Fagioli had no involvement in that game. Locatelli as a DM or like defensive midfielder, it's not his position, man. I just don't like him playing up there. Like I don't know. Like I just don't like it. It's just me, my personal opinion. Not a fan of it. That was bad. Defensively, we were kind of a bit all over the place, especially Gatti. I don't think he played particularly well in that first half. He was very erratic, misplacing the ball, making stupid interventions. So that wasn't good. Like there was nothing in that first half. Absolutely nothing. And Cremonese probably were the better team. Like overall, the second half, I think the best chance still was for Cremonese. Like we scored out of a free kick. Like we created nothing really out of play. Like that Chiesa shot that came out of a ricochet, and that keen chance came off a corner. Like we didn't really create any chances again. Like that's a big issue. Cremonese actually did. We didn't. That goal came from a free kick, and that's it. So, man, I don't think anyone is surprised. Then second half, I think Chiesa came on. He gave us a spark for a good 10 minutes, but again, like he hasn't played for over a year. Like he had a few minutes a month and a half ago, but like overall, he hasn't had real game time in a very long time. So he's gonna disappear in games for now, which is it's okay. Like he's not up there in fitness, but he gave you that little spark when he came on. Paredes, he was terrible when he came on. Like he almost cost us twice. Like absolutely terrible. Ball watching, misplacing a ball to Bremer that leads to them hitting the post, I think. It was bad. Besides that last 3 to 4 minutes where he kept that ball pretty good into the team, he was terrible. Like absolutely terrible. Who else came on? Junior didn't really have time to impact, but overall, we knew heading, like I said it, like it's gonna be an ugly game. We're probably gonna scrape it, and that's what we did. At the end, free kick, Milik. Maybe the goalie should have done better. Probably, but it was a very good hit, clean, and we got the win. Like we got away, kind of a murder because we weren't good. We got away with that. We got away with a win, and I think that's the most important thing. At the end of the day, we know. I think everybody knows that going into the remainder games of the season, we are not gonna switch it up in terms of. Excuse me. We are not gonna go and dominate games. Like that's not gonna happen. We will have the odd great game, like I think the Inter one, especially the Lazio one, where we look very good, great, and we completely dominate teams or like most part of the games, and we take the win. And you come out and you're like, okay, that's a good game. We will have those odd games here and there, but overall, especially away from home, we are gonna scrape results. That's what we're gonna do. I think it's gonna look more effortless, if you want to say, when we have Chiesa up to fitness, when you have Di Maria fit, if he's ever gonna fit, you have a Vlahovic back or like whatever. It will look a bit more effortless, but it won't look pretty most of the time. We know that. We absolutely know that. But can we really complain? Like we can complain. Like if we didn't win, I was obviously gonna complain. I'm still complaining now, but it's not gonna change. Like this is what it is, and from now until the end of the season, this is what's gonna be, in my opinion. It's not gonna change. But to beat those better teams away from home, this is absolutely not good enough. Like if you play like this away to Napoli next weekend, of course against Udinese first, but away to Napoli next Friday, you're gonna get smoked. Like that's just what's gonna happen. Like you're gonna get smoked because they're gonna go all over you. Because we look vulnerable. Again, 7 wins in a row without conceding a goal. It sounds good. Like, it is good, and like not only does it sound good, it is good without conceding goals. We only scored 13 goals, by the way, but if you watch these performances, you kind of understand that stat is as nice as it sounds. There's more behind that stat, performance-wise. Can we keep up with the way we play? All those things. I'm gonna say no. Again, it will come down again at one point. We will pick it up probably, but that's what it's gonna be. Keep in mind, this is a Cremonese they are winless. Yes, they have 8 draws, I think, which tells you they are like kind of a stubborn team. But like that was terrible. Like that was absolutely terrible. And like going into Udinese on Saturday, it doesn't fill you with great confidence. The only thing that gives you confidence is they found a way again to just get it over the line with a Milik who, especially in the first half, he struggled a lot because he was very isolated. He dropped deep, but when he picked up that ball, it was very difficult to link up. And when he stayed in his position, there was no one around him. So it was very difficult. He played better when Keane came on because, again, it's for opposition team, backline, to focus on one player it's much easier than focus on him and Keane. Keane dropping in, especially wide at times. I felt sorry for Milik, as I feel sorry for Vlahovic when he plays solo up top, and we create very little as a team. We at one point I was like, we are playing with wingers, Chiesa, Kostic, and we're not really using him. Like we're trying to go through the middle. I don't understand why. There were moments where we used them. I think that's when we were most dangerous. Kostic crossing, Chiesa beating his man. But there was a big part of that game, I think, probably from the 20th minute when Sule had that second shot until Chiesa came on. We didn't use those wings. And even when Chiesa came on, at a certain point, we kind of stopped going that direction, which is very strange, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's 3 points. That's all we needed. If we can scrape it with wins like this until the end of the season, of course I take it, because I know it's not going to change playing wise, being dominant, but this is not good enough to beat those better teams away from home. Maybe at home you can, again, scrape it with the fans and all those things. We didn't scrape it against Inter and Lazio. We played pretty well, but is that away from home where I'm actually very scared. based on these performances. But a win is a win in 23. I'll take it. I think everybody takes it because we know what this season's all about, you know, or like the last 2 seasons. But let me know in the comments what you think about the game, about the result, everything. Like the video, subscribe, and we will see you back in the live. Ciao, guys.